Hey, Viking fans, are you ready to hear who my number one QB in the 2024 NFL draft is? Let's talk about that next in three, two, one. Gather around, Skull Brothers and Sisters. This is Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at Skull World. Make sure you hit subscribe, leave a comment. Make sure you leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me who your number one NFL QB draft prospect is in the comments right now. Put it down. Who's the number one guy? Put it in the comments right now. Stop what you're doing. Do it now. I want to hear who your QB is. Tell me why. Tell me why. Who's your number one prospect? If it's Caleb Williams, give me your second one because I want to hear your second one too. All right, do it. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going to talk about my number one, and that's Jayden Daniels. Let's do it. Jayden Daniels is my number one QB currently. This could change. Obviously, it's a long way to the draft. There could be interviews. There could be combines. There could be pro days. There could be all sorts of crap. More film study on my part. But currently, Jayden Daniels from LSU, number one draft prospect, the number one guy I want throwing to Justin Jefferson 5 years, 10 years from now. Let's go. Jayden Daniels. I think he's a complete package. 72.2% completion percentage. The accuracy is there. 11.7 average. That's huge. That's big playability. 3,812 yards total. 40 touchdowns, throwing 4 interceptions. Good decision makings there. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I saw, and then I'm going to go to a Draft Buzz site that talks about his strengths and weaknesses. I'm going to tell you what I saw. I saw patience. I saw selective running. I saw waiting waiting, not there, go. I saw reading the field. I saw throwing with anticipation. I see a strong enough arm. I seen mobility in spades. I see all of that in Jayden Daniels. And the thing I most like about him, the number one thing I most like about him, as he has overcome failure and struggles and has became the best prospect in the NFL draft, in my opinion. In my humble opinion, it is humble opinion. I have no credentials. I am just and now become a big fan of this guy. Just from what I've seen, from what I read of his how he got to where he is today. I'm just a big fan of Jayden Daniels, and I think he's deserving of what he's gonna get. I know people might have him third behind Caleb Williams and Drake May. I don't. I do that. The separation I have is that he overcame his struggles and is leaving on the highest point you possibly could outside of a national championship. And Caleb Williams peaked last year. And although he didn't struggle offensively, he struggled with, I believe, maturity and being able to handle bad things. He was the guy being consoled. He wasn't the guy consoling people. I'm going to throw the crying in the stands with the mom out the window, but the sitting on the sidelines moping, having everybody patting you the back and try to pick up your spirits. And then the post-game interviews where he just want to curl up with his dog. Just things you just probably not going to say in the NFL. You should have already been prepared for this. I think the interview process started both these guys last year, and I think Jayden Daniels has now knocked it out of the park. Caleb Williams took a step back, in my opinion. I still love Caleb Williams, man. I think he's Patrick Mahomes, but even more athletic and more strong. Both I think are going to be, good quarterbacks in this league. Great might depend on what they were able to come and what they were able to do throughout their career. And Jayden Daniels has shown that to me, overcoming failure. Caleb Williams probably should have came out last year. Well, no, I mean he did. He's going to be number one, but either way, he would have went top 5 last year too. Well, no, he wasn't able to come out. I don't think because of eligibility. I don't think he was eligible yet. So my bad. I just thought of that. But anyways, Caleb Williams came out and came out early. He could have went back to USC. It's a smart move on his part. I don't hinder anybody from not playing a bowl game if it's not a national championship or playoff game. I have no problems with that. But I think Caleb Williams is currently number 2. It's a 1-2 toss up, honestly. Caleb Williams, I think, has more overall ability. Jayden Daniels is definitely the better runner. But I just love the fact that he overcome adversity. So Jayden Daniels, LSU number 1. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at his draft profile with NFLBuzz.com. They say dual threat QB. He's definitely the epitome of that, but he can throw. He can throw. He throws with anticipation. Nice touch, I believe. There's others that are better, right? But I like everything about his throwing ability. I love his decision making, his patience. His mobility is off the charts. It speaks for itself. It's ridiculous. 40 time, it says 4.5 here. I'll take that any day of the week. Age wise, it looks like he's 23. So, or 24, 23 in this, 23. So, guy you'd probably want to start right away, right? So this would be a great situation. Vikings. The guys that I'm going to talk about are guys I'm willing to that I'm okay with Vikings drafting. I'm just talking about Jayden Daniels today, but this is a guy you're going to look at, and let me pull this up really quick. Looking at this list, this draft order, Bears, Commanders, Patriots, Cardinals, Chargers. Chargers is the team that we're hoping that one of these quarterbacks falls to that we trade up and get, or the Cardinals for that matter. But I think both the Cardinals and the Chargers are going to be looking to trade down, and we're going to have competition. So it's going to cost a lot to get to 4 or 5. It's going to cost your next 10 born children to trade up to 1 through 3. So 4 or 5 is our hope to a Jayden Daniels falling, or Drake May, or Caleb Williams not. But our hope is one of those guys fall to 4 or 5 and we trade one. Now, I'm not as high on Drake May as most. I like his physical ability, and we'll talk about that in future videos. So trading up to 4 or 5, it better be Jayden Daniels to me. That's what I'm thinking. If they falls there, that's like, holy shit, do what you got to do to get up there. You might be giving away 3 first-round picks, but is he worth it? Yes. My opinion is yes. And that's definitely if we don't re-sign Kirk Cousins. If you do not re-sign Kirk Cousins, you need to go up and get this guy. That is my opinion. That is what I would want. That's what I hope for. All right. So he rates out really good with everything. His draft profile, Jayden Daniels, hailing from Cajun High School in San Bernardino, California, earned a reputation as formidable quarterback from the get-go, born December 18, 2000. This 4-star recruit threw for an astonishing 14,000 yards. He looked good in high school, too. I watched high school video of this guy. He looked good in high school. Like, holy shit, this is an NFL player. That's what you saw. When you saw him being thrown in high school, you're like, this is an NFL player. That's what I saw. 14,000 yards, 170 touchdowns during his high school tenure, complemented by an impressive 3,640 yards on the ground. Holy crap. A participant in the Under Armour All-American game, Daniels made his collegiate commitment to Arizona State on December 13, 2018. His freshman efforts were swiftly recognized as he clinched the honorable mention for the Pac-12 Freshman Offensive Player of the Year in 2019. Facing a disrupted 22. Let me pull this up. Sorry about that. Facing a disrupted 22 to global events. 2020 due to global events, Daniels showcased adaptability in a shortened season, especially evident in a standout performance against USC, where he rushed for a career-high 111 yards. He then garnered attention as he was named to the Davey O'Brien award watch list. Despite the turbulence at Arizona State, he's shown through earning second-team preseason All Pac-12 recognition and making the multiple watch lists ahead of his junior season. The progression of Daniels' college football journey saw him transfer from Arizona State to LSU in 2022. Here he continued to expand his earlier successes, consistently showcasing his dual threat capabilities throughout his collegiate career. Daniels' stats underscore his proficiency both as a passer and runner, affirming his potential for a professional arena. This right here, his proficiency. This guy is able to get everything out of his game. That's what I like about him. 2023 has been nothing short of spectacular. Daniels has put up a record season, leading the nation in total offense, 412, touchdown passes 40, TDs responsible for 50 and 50. So he's got 10 rushing touchdowns too, and rushing yards for a quarterback 1,134. And they subtract sacks. Okay, they subtract sacks. His NFL pass rating of 146.5 through 12 games is the best in FBS history. Wow. He won the SEC Offensive Player of the Week 5 times, and Daniels is one of the only 2 players in SEC history to pass for 3,500 yards and rush for 1,000 yards in the season. Johnny Manziel. Won the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award, is presented annually to the nation's top quarterback who best amplifies character, scholastic, and athletic achievement. He is still in the running for the Heisman. This is before the Heisman. Boom, wins the Heisman. Davey O'Brien Award, Heisman Memorial Trophy. They updated that. Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award, Walter Camp Award. This guy is elite of elite, and I don't even know why he's an afterthought to Caleb Williams and Drake May. I don't know. I tell me why. Scouting report strengths. Put up utterly ridiculous 2023 season. Agreed. Where he led pretty much every noteworthy statistical category. Exceptional athletic ability with reported 4.5 40-yard dash speed. Everything I liked about Anthony Richardson, this guy does it so much better. Maybe Anthony Richardson has a stronger arm, but this guy does everything else better. He's a little, Anthony Richards is a big dude. This guy's a little thin, but he's not bad. Speed and gains a significant yardage as a runner with a 6'3" frame. So 6'3" frame. I do believe he's 210 now. I don't think he's the 185 I've seen in other reports. Exhibits high proficiency in pocket maneuvering, ending pressure effortlessly, and leveraging vision to find escape lanes for the ground gains. 100% correct. This guy is good at reading where to run. Impressive arm strength, allowing him to target all 3 levels of the field. He's good. I didn't say he was bad when I said Anthony Richards was a little bit better with arm strength, but this guy is just as good, close to as good. Demonstrates quick release, especially in short and intermediate throws. Agreed. Expertise in throwing on the run, maintaining focus on downfield targets, and delivering accurate throws even across his body. Agreed. Sound decision-making ability, distinguishing between moments to be aggressive and those to offer checkdowns, experience in full field and half field reads. So you may complain about checkdowns in the NFL, but everybody does it. You kind of look at, hey, what's his average per throw? If it's in the 7.5 range, holy crap, that's pretty damn good. That's a Kirk Cousins. That's the other quarterbacks in the league that are elite when it comes to downfield throwing. Kirk Cousins is not captain checkdown compared to the rest of the league. That is utterly crap. Statistics prove it. This guy, same deal. That is what I like about him. He's not just a running dude. He's not a Justin Fields looking dude, what you see in the NFL. This guy can do it all, I think. That's just my opinion. Sound decision-making ability, distinguish between consistent drops, smooth footwork, and compact throwing motion, capable of stepping into pressure for accurate throws during collapsing plays. Yes, and yes. Outstanding running ability, the best, I think, in the draft, particularly in QB run design plays, controls game tempo, with QB power counter and draw plays, elusive in the open field, 100%. This guy break ankles. He's not Michael Vick. He's not even Justin Fields. This guy is good. He breaks ankles and just good enough in the league. Best in the NCAA right now. brings leadership qualities and seasoned starter, presenting no athletic limitations and fitting the dual threat QB profile perfectly, using his running prowess to set up passing opportunities. This dude, I'm loving it. Now let's look at the weaknesses. Not many. It's short. It's a short list. Has struggled to consistently operate from the pocket, particularly with throws across the field levels. Displays discomfort and inconsistency when required to make extended progressions. I think this guy's patient as hell. I think they just had to figure out something to write. I think they did. Inconsistent throwing motion, which hampers accuracy, timing, and power. Lacks proper lower body engagement, resulting in reduced throw power and accuracy, especially on sideline passes. I could see that in a couple of throws. I watched all the Alabama throws. It was a little rough on some of that, but I don't think it's bad, though. Faces issues connecting his throwing motion with his legs, leading to inconsistent ball placement and capped arm strength. Like I said, he's not as strong as some guys, but he's plenty good for the NFL. All that crap they just said is coachable. All of it. All of that. Scouting report summary. Jayden Daniels, 2023 season's case study and trace NFL scouts salivate over in dual threat quarterback. His mobility, this guy is not going lower than Drake and May. He shouldn't go lower than Drake and May. It's not, it's crap. I don't know why that would even happen. His mobility and arm strength tailor-made for the modern offense, particularly an RPO run pass option. His quick pass scenarios, his standout performance against Florida, where he became the first player in FBS history to pass for 350 and rush for 200. I will go back and look at that game. Wasn't just record-setting. It was showcase of high ceiling potential. Daniels' inclusion in the elite SEC club of players with 50 touchdowns in the season aligns him with past Heisman winners, underscoring his statistical prowess and big playability. His 8-touchdown explosion against Georgia State isn't just a stat line. It's a testament to the capacity to dominate games single-handedly. In evaluating Daniels, what impresses is his game management decision-making. Agreed. He has the acumen of a seasoned pro, balancing assertiveness and judicious caution. His ability to consistently generate big plays is evidenced by the multiple 4-touchdown games, frequent 400-yard total offense outings, marks him as the playmaker who can change the complexion of a game. 100, dude is, if he goes below Drake May, screw the NFL. I don't know what to say. The LSU offensive dynamism under his command cannot be overstated. Leading the nation in both total and scoring offense, and Daniels at the helm, they are a balanced juggernaut, equally lethal in the air and on the ground. His synergy with top-tier talents like Neighbors and Thomas makes the unit even more formidable. However, in the NFL, raw talent, collegiate success must be coupled with adaptability and continuous refinement. The question for scouts isn't just about Daniels' impressive numbers. It's whether he can translate and elevate his game to thrive against the complexities and pressures in the NFL. His pocket presence, while effective in college, will be scrutinized, and his adaptability to the pro game, where his defensive schemes are more intricate and punishing. So, this guy throws with anticipation. I think he's got fine pocket presence. I think everything they complain about is completely coachable and will come with experience. Daniel's stock for the 2024 NFL Draft undoubtedly on the rise. If he can demonstrate an ability to polish and adapt his skill set for the next level, we're looking at potential early round pick with capacity to develop into a franchise quarterback in the right system. Geez, man. I don't know. I'm excited about this guy in the NFL. Let's look at this again. Justin Fields, Bears, Commanders, Patriots, Cardinals, Chargers. So we're looking in there somewhere. Hopefully, if he falls to 4 or 5, pull the frickin' trigger, man. Pull the frickin' trigger. Giants. They say they're committed to Daniel, to their quarterback. Titans drafted Will Levis last year. Falcons, they're not committed to Desmond Ridder, I don't think, anymore. Aaron Rodgers, Jets, I don't think they do it to him and pick a quarterback in the first round like the Packers did. He was pissed about that. Kirk Cousins, Vikings, it's up in the air right now. We just don't know. We'll know a little more mid-March here when we can potentially re-sign him. Russell Wilson, Anybody could sign this guy for cheap, because he's going to be cut. So now other teams that might be competing against these guys, Broncos, Raiders, to trade up that are below us, Broncos, Raiders, hell, the Saints, Colts won't. They got Anthony Richardson, Geno Smith, Seahawks, Jaguars. No, they probably love Trevor Lawrence. Bengals, Joe Burrow. Obviously, no. So these are the teams I think that are below us. They'll try to trade up. But yeah, if we get to 4 or 5 from 11, that is attainable. That is super attainable. If Kirk Cousins is signed, it makes it even less expensive, I think, because we look less desperate for a quarterback. But if we don't get Kirk Cousins, it is a prerogative. It is a mandate to go up and get this guy. 100%. Pull the trigger, Quasey. Pull the trigger on Jayden Daniels. Let's go. Let's go. Cue the music.